Hello, welcome to my channel, Another Bibliophile Reads. My name is Greg, and I am here to do a tag, the 50 questions you have never been asked before tag. And I was tagged by Mark over at Book Time with Elvis. And this is a rather old tag, which he saw on Steve Donahue's channel. And Steve Donahue saw it on Restricted Selections. And this tag has 50 prompts, so I'm going to try to go through them rather quickly. Number 1, what is your favorite candle scent? Lavender. 2, which female celebrity do you wish were your sister? I have to admit I do not follow celebrities at all. I don't follow modern music. I don't follow contemporary cinema. So I'm going to have to go with an author. And I'm going to say Donna Tartt, because I just loved her narration of True Grit. And her book, The Secret History, is pretty good too. Which male celebrity do you wish were your brother? I'm going to have to go with an author again for the same reasons. I will go with William T. Vollmann, author of Fathers and Crows and The Dying Grass. Prompt number 4. How old do you think you'll be when you marry? Well, I've already been married 26 years, and I got married when I was 31. Number 5, do you know someone who is a hoarder? Not directly. My wife has a friend who lives with her mother, and I think the mother may be a bit of a hoarder, but I've never been to that house to confirm it. Number 6, can you do the splits? Bloody hell no. Number 7, how old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I was a kid. I don't remember how old I was. Young. Who knows? Number 8, how many oceans have you swum in? The Atlantic and the Pacific. That's 2. Number 9, how many countries have you visited? 10. As an adult, I've been to Mexico, Canada, Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and the Bahamas. When I was in high school, I took a trip to England. As a kid, and I'm kind of reluctant to include places you traveled when you were a kid because you were just a kid, and I don't think it truly counts, but France and Germany, that would bring me up to 10. Number 10, is anyone in your family in the Army? Not currently. My father was born in France in 1923. He got out of there in 1940, went to Ellis Island, and then when he joined the U.S. Army and gained his U.S. citizenship. So he was the only person in the Army. Number 11, what would you name your daughter if you had one? Accidentia? I'm 57, I don't have kids. It's not happening. If my wife did get pregnant, we'd have to find out a way to pronounce OFMG. Number 12, what would you name your son if you had one? Well, since we're going with Accidentia, well, let's go with Accidente for the boy. Number 13, what was the worst grade you had on a test? I know I got an F on some tests. I don't really recall the incidents other than people saying you really shouldn't have gotten an F on that test. Number 14, what was your favorite TV show as a kid? If we describe kid as being elementary school, let's go with Ultraman. Number 15, what did you dress up for Halloween when you were 8? Not a freaking clue. Can't remember that. Number 16, have you read any Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Twilight? I was part of a physical book group when the first 3 Harry Potter books were out, and we read them. I thought they were kind of meh. And next year, when the fourth Harry Potter book came out, the book group wanted to do the fourth Harry Potter book, and I said, okay. And again, my reaction was, meh. Then, I don't know why. The book group had broken up, and Costco had the fifth Harry Potter book, and I decided, well, I'm this far in, let's give it another shot. And this time, meh would have been a great reaction. I sort of skimmed the last parts of that book, and I just cannot understand the appeal of Harry Potter. I just do not like it at all. Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is perhaps one of the worst books ever written. It is just ridiculously bad. I have no idea why people like it. Twilight, never read it and never will. 17. Would you rather have an American or British accent? I have to take this as, would I rather be American or British? I'm kind of going like, being British might not be that bad, the direction America's heading right now. Of course, maybe we can pull out of this and I can be proud to have my normalized American accent. Number 18. Did your mother go to university? Yes, but it was after she had her 3 kids and we were all off to school, and my father was kind of hinting at her, why don't you get a job? So she did go to university later in life. Number 19, are your grandparents still married? No, they are deceased. I never met my maternal grandmother on my father's side because they were a Jewish family and got out of France after Germany invaded. They never talked about her. I kind of assume she didn't make it out. On my mother's side, I never met my maternal grandfather. He was what you would call a rambling man, and many families in different states. Number 20, have you ever taken karate? Yes, when I was a kid. I made it up to yellow belt, 8th degree, and never went any further. Number 21, do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Yes, he is one of Jim Henson's Muppets. It has been decades since I seen anything with him in it, really. Number 22, what is the first amusement park you visited? I am pretty sure that was King's Dominion in Virginia as a young kid. It was very far away because we lived in Maryland at the time. I don't remember much about it. I'm just way too old to care about amusement parks. Number 23, which language would you like to be fluent in? Well, I'm trying to get fluent in Spanish and I'm kind of hitting a wall. But if you could wave a magic wand, I would say French, because I'd love to read a lot of books in French. Number 24, do you spell it gray, G-R-A-Y, or G-R-E-Y? Well, it's an old quote. It is a poor man who can only think of one way to spell a word. So I'm going with both. Number 25, is your father bald? Well, he is deceased, but I did inherit his hair, and you judge. Is that really bald? Number 26, do you know any triplets? No. Number 27, do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? That is sort of like asking, do you prefer a poke in the eye or a kick in the teeth? The correct answer to that is neither one of those. And I have not technically watched The Notebook, but I can tell that it would be terrible. Number 29, have you ever had Indian food? Yes, I absolutely love Indian food. I love the curries, I love the kebabs, I love the samosas, I love the pakoras. It is my favorite cuisine. Number 28. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? Here in Fredericksburg, it is the Taj, and it is an Indian restaurant. Number 30. Have you ever been to Nando's? No, I've never even seen one as far as I know. 31. Do you belong to any warehouse stores? Costco. Number 32. What would your parents have named you if you had been the opposite gender? I have no idea. 33. What is your nickname? I really don't have a nickname. When my mother-in-law was alive, she gave everyone basically the same nickname. It would just be adding IE to your name. So she would go, Greggy. And I never yelled at her for it, but I probably should have yelled at her for it because it was just ignorant and stupid for an old lady to add IE to everyone's name. Number 34. Who is your favorite person in the world? My wife. Number 35. Would you rather live in the country or in the city? I tried very hard to get my wife to move to Chicago, where we could have bought a condo near Lincoln Park. I would have had to get rid of a lot of my books, but I think I would have really loved living in a city, not having an automobile, and just being able to wander around the city, go to a pub, come home stinking drunk, because you can't get stinking drunk where I live because you have to drive anywhere, and DWIs are not a thing you want. So I would have preferred it living in the city, but not going to happen. Number 36. Can you whistle? No. 37. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No. Although in our previous home in Washington State, the neighbors kept the light on in their driveway, and our bedroom was facing the street, so they kind of had that as a night light, and my wife and I really disliked it enormously. I did not get a BB gun and shoot out their light bulbs, though, although I was tempted once or twice. Number 38. Do you eat breakfast every morning? Is a breakfast bar or a Little Debbie count as breakfast? That's about all I eat for breakfast. Number 39. Do you take any daily pills or medication? No. Number 40. What medical condition do you have? I have periodic gum disease. Number 41. How many times have you been to the hospital? As a patient, none. 57 and never had to spend overnight in the hospital. Number 42. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Partially. One holiday, it was either Thanksgiving, I think it was Thanksgiving, my wife and I went to her mother-in-law house, and she was watching Finding Nemo with her brother because she took care of her brother who was rather severely developmentally disabled, and he could only understand kids' movies. So she turned on Finding Nemo. I watched a little bit of it and then took the dog for a walk. So I missed a large part of that. Number 43. Where do you buy jeans? All over the place. I have bought them from Amazon and Costco. No, not Costco, Walmart. Then we go to number 44. What was the last compliment you got? You know, I really don't remember the last compliment I got. Maybe when I was working and I delivered a software project or a database project and the boss was really happy with it. He might have said, good job, but honestly, that's just noise and people give you compliments. Number 45. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? I rarely remember my dreams. Number 46. What flavor tea do you prefer? Well, I prefer sweet tea, but when I'm drinking hot tea, that would be Earl Grey. Number 47. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? I have 2 basic pairs of shoes that I would wear within a week. One is just my normal walking around shoe. And then I have basically running shoes or walking shoes. I do own like beach shoes and flip-flops. I have some hiking boots. Somewhere in this house in a box, I have my old dress shoes, which really need to be donated to charity at this point, although maybe I should keep one for emergency situations like weddings or funerals. Number 48. What religion would you raise your children to practice? None. I am not practicing in any religion whatsoever, and I would not teach my children religion as a practice. I would encourage them when they got older to read and understand at least the 5 major religions and some of the lesser known religions, so they would be knowledgeable about what other people believe and confront them with their non-belief. Or if something happened, if they chose to adopt a religion as an adult, that would be okay, I think, unless they chose that one religion that kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, and that one is not Islam. Number 49. How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? I don't remember. That was a freaking long time ago. 8, 6, something around there? Who knows? Number 50. Why do you have a blog? Well, let's change blog into a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel because I like talking about books, and it gives me something to do now that I'm not working. And that is the end of the prompts. I am not going to tag anyone in this because it is a rather old tag, although there have been a lot of booktubers who have come online in the 5 years since this has originally hit the internet. So if you are a new booktuber and you feel like doing this, go ahead and consider yourself tagged. Thank you so much for watching. Good day.